This is a MPU from a Last Action Hero, and I have installed my Simpsons test ROM in it. And the symptoms of the board when it came in was, one, it still had the battery holder on it, which was a little corroded, so I took that off, installed NVRAM like I always like to do, replaced this power input header here, and for the tip 42Cs, yep, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, had shown some signs of overheating and were beginning to bake the PCB. So I replaced those with brand new parts. So let's put the game into test. Sorry, my stuff is all over the place here. Okay, you can see the the lamp matrix is working and driving all the lamps. Those two that are not showing up, that's normal for Data East games, some Data East games, and none of the coils are currently on. So let's put it into test. And I don't have a soundboard connected up. We don't have any issues with sounds with this game. This tests all the display outputs. It's actually more rigorous than if you just had a DMD connected, because all these connectors must be operating properly for this display test to work properly. Switch test, and for this I use my Pennytech switch simulator, and I will go down column 1, which proves that all of the switches on rows, all switch rows are working. Now I'm going to go across row 1, which proves that all of the switch columns are working. And here's the last switch in the switch matrix. So good to go on that. Next test is active switch. We'll skip that. Again, we can see all the lamps operating properly. And we could go through the lamp returns. Do this sometimes, and those are all operating properly. The next test is the lamp columns, and those are all operating properly also. I'm going to skip the single lamps test. Here's your flashers all operating. Yeah. And the next test is coil test, I believe. So that's coil 1 and 1A, 2 and A. Or that big blue one is the AC select relay. You notice Data East doesn't use the C side of coil number 5 there. So this is all 16 of the primary solenoids. Now it's doing the 6 special solenoids. All right, so the last thing to do is to make sure that the special solenoid switch inputs are being driven correctly. So I'm going to rake this connector with the ground pin, and you'll see each of those light up in turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all operating properly. We can do individual coils, we'll skip that. And now the MPU is going to reboot. Back to normal operation everywhere around. This MPU is good to go. I will put the Last Action Hero ROM back in it and make sure that it boots with that. And we'll get it back to the customer. Thank you so much.